Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1384 of our trek, and it is time for Meditation Monday. Taking time to relax, refocus, and reprioritize our lives is crucial in order to create a living legacy. For you, it may be just a time alone for quiet reflection, or you may utilize some sort of structured meditation practices. In my life, meditation includes reading and reflecting on God's Word and in prayer. It is a time to renew my mind, refocus on what is most important, and making sure that I am nurturing my soul, mind, and body. As you come along with me on our trek each Meditation Monday, it is my hope and prayer that you too will experience a time of reflection and renewing of your mind. Spring is a time for planting flowers and vegetable gardens. Many of us engage in this relaxing and enjoyable pastime. So today let's meditate on, what are you planting? Last weekend, Paul and I planted our flowers along the edge of our sun porch, in the antique planter beside our back door, in the 5 large pots adorning the front porch, and the 3 hanging pots along the front porch. This year we planted impatiens, since they grow well in part shade and their flowers last all summer long into the fall. They do take a while to grow out entirely, but they are full and pretty most of the summer. Our peonies, which line the outer edge of our front porch and along the old fence line in the backside of our house, are full of buds and will be blooming soon also. In addition to the flowers, we also planted 4 tomato plants, 4 sweet red peppers, 2 each of cucumbers and zucchini, and a patch of spearmint. We enjoyed it and look forward to reaping the rewards for our efforts. Our efforts are an example of the biblical and universal laws of planting and harvesting. It is as universal as the law of gravity. This law is mentioned in Genesis chapter 8, verse 22. As long as the earth remains, there will be planting and harvesting, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night. Planting and cultivating a crop is backbreaking work. Ask any farmer who has done intense farming. It is not for the faint of heart, or those who anticipate instant results. Farmers persevere because they know the joy of the harvest. This emotional roller coaster of farming is described in Psalms chapter 126, verses 4 and 5. Those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. They weep as they go to plant their seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest. It does require hard work and no real guarantees, but to anticipate a harvest, you must first do the work. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4 tells us, those too lazy to plow in the right season will have no food at the harvest. Another fundamental truth is that you will harvest only what you plant. We will not expect corn from our tomato plants, nor apples from our zucchini plants. We expect to harvest what we planted. The same is true for all aspects of life, and this concept is described well in Galatians chapter 6, verses 7 through 9. Don't be misled. You cannot mock the justice of God. You will always harvest what you plant. Those who live to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death from their sinful nature. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. So let us not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Regardless of whether you do any flower or vegetable gardening this year, let us commit to do gardening for good by planting the following. Plant 3 rows of peas, peace of mind, peace of heart, and peace of soul. Plant 4 rows of squash, squash gossip, squash indifference, squash grumbling, squash selfishness. Let us plant 4 rows of lettuce. Let us be faithful. Let us be kind. Let us be patient. Let us really love one another. Plant 3 rows of turnips. Turn up for meetings, turn up for service, turn up to help one another. Water freely with patience, cultivate with love. There is much fruit in your garden because you reap what you sow. To conclude our garden, we must have time. time for each other, time for family, time for friends, and especially time for God. Let us meditate on gardening for good and gardening for God this week. And that's a wrap for our meditation. Next week, we will continue our trek on Meditation Monday as we take time to reflect on what is most important in creating our living legacy. On tomorrow's trek, we will explore another wisdom quote. This 3-minute wisdom supplement will assist you on becoming healthy, wealthy, and wise each day. Thank you for joining me for this trek that we call life, and encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 1,383 daily treks or read the daily journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward. Enjoy your journey and create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.